Viewer discretion is advised. Most criminals run from the police, but these suspects did the unthinkable. They brought the fight directly to the precinct. At 5:28 a.m. on September 7th, 2025, a quiet early morning at the NYPD's 73rd Precinct took a sudden and violent turn. 35-year-old Justin Coleman walked into the precinct's front vestibule. He tried to push through a second set of interior doors, but they were locked. He didn't say a word. He calmly turned around and headed toward a restricted back area and came face to face with a female officer. Before she could react, Coleman pulled out a knife and slashed her across the face. Chaos erupted inside the building. Coleman fled immediately, sprinting out of the precinct and down the street. Officers rushed out after him, chasing him for several blocks through the early morning darkness, ending at the intersection of Saratoga Avenue and Park Place. There, officers confronted Coleman once again. He was still armed with the knife. They shouted multiple commands, ordering him to drop it. But instead of complying, Coleman lunged toward one of the officers, knife in hand. In that split second, officers opened fire, striking him multiple times. The threat was finally stopped. First responders rushed Coleman to Brookdale Hospital, but he was pronounced dead shortly after. The officer who was slashed survived the attack. She was taken to the hospital in stable condition, treated, and later released. What started as a routine morning at the precinct turned into a violent encounter that left one man dead and a police officer lucky to be alive. On the evening of February 18, 2025, a disturbing and unexpected confrontation unfolded outside the NYPD's 111th Precinct in Bayside, Queens. 79-year-old Emil Williams, a physician's assistant from Long Island, approached the precinct while holding what appeared to be a firearm. An officer standing guard at the front entrance noticed Williams walking toward him and tried to engage him in conversation. For a moment, the exchange seemed calm. Williams stood near a parked car in the roadway, speaking quietly with the officer, but that calm would not last. Without warning, Williams pulled out what looked like a handgun. The officer immediately ducked behind a patrol car, calling for backup while repeatedly shouting for Williams to drop the weapon.
Sir, put down the gun right now. Put down the fucking gun. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Put down the gun. Set driving man with a firearm in the front.
Seconds later, 3 additional officers rushed out of the precinct with their guns drawn. Now 4 officers faced Williams, all ordering him again and again to put the gun down. The situation escalated quickly.
Get down on the ground! Get down!
Multiple officers opened fire. Gunshots shattered the glass doors of the precinct entrance. Williams stumbled and collapsed almost instantly. Officers ran toward him and began performing CPR on the pavement. EMS arrived and transported Williams to New York Presbyterian Hospital, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead shortly after. The investigation remains ongoing as officials continue reviewing the footage and trying to understand why a 79-year-old man approached a police precinct armed and refused repeated commands to drop his weapon. On the afternoon of April 9th, a dangerous situation unfolded outside the New York State Police Barracks in Saratoga County. It began when troopers noticed a man, David Levine, standing in the parking lot with a firearm in his hand. Immediately, troopers inside the building were alerted. They knew they had only seconds to react.
Guy got a rifle out there. Hey, let BCI know.
Inside the barracks, officers rushed through hallways, quickly searching for a way out of the building without crossing into the gunman's line of sight.
Be advised, we have a gentleman with a rifle shooting at our building, at our station in Malta.
units to the state police. Tom Malta, subject for the rifle outside shooting at the building.
They moved from room to room looking for a safe exit point, a place where they could get outside, get eyes on the threat, and protect themselves. They found it, a side door, tucked away from the front lot. The troopers quietly pushed it open and slipped out.
I don't know how to approach this. Sunglasses, red shirt.
County copied, male, holding a rifle in the parking lot wearing black pants, 1342.
He's got a red pickup truck. Yeah.
Received red pickup truck, 1342.
He's laying down.
All right, I'm moving up to my car. I'm moving up to my car.
1342.
All right, just cover me. I'm going to my rifle.
Once outside, they positioned themselves behind cover, angled so they could see Levine clearly while staying out of his view. From there, they issued commands, telling him to drop the weapon, but he didn't.
Drop the gun!
Drop the gun!
Drop the gun!
A moment later, backup arrived. Another officer pulled into the parking lot in his patrol vehicle. He immediately maneuvered his car to the opposite side of the lot, forming a tactical triangle around the armed suspect. Now, troopers had Levine surrounded from multiple angles, each officer able to see him, communicate, and respond without endangering the others.
Drop the gun!
Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
149.
Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Put it down now!
That's when Levine raised the gun and pointed it toward one of the troopers. In an instant, officers opened fire. Shots echoed across the parking lot. Levine fell, and troopers quickly secured the firearm lying beside him. He was rushed to a nearby hospital, but he was pronounced dead shortly after.
Can you start an ambulance? Start an ambulance.
The incident is now under investigation as officials work to piece together every moment of that tense, chaotic afternoon.